Welcome everybody to Sharp Best Fantasy Sets Week 15. I can't believe we've been doing this that long. I have a nice little haircut going for me, buzzed a little bit. Congratulations to the Galaxy that beat the Red Bull for the MLS Cup. Red Bull fell short. It was a fun time though, fun run. Congratulations on Juan Soto for getting an outrageous contract. I have to say, as a Yankee fan, I'm not too mad about it. I'm happy he's a Met and not a Red Sox because I don't care about the Mets. They're not in the Yankees division. So all Mets fans, you just shut up and, celebrate the World Series in December because next October is when it matters. All right, let's move on though. Round table here. We'll start with Tim because your Jets, again, find ways to let you down. Why are you going out of bounds, Devontae Adams? Right, and then you win the game if he stays in. Go.
I don't under. He did it before halftime, and they went down and scored and kicked a field goal, and then he did it at the end of the game, and they went down and kicked up. It's how many more ways can you find a way to lose? And at this point, if you're the Jets, how do you bring back Rodgers and Devontae Adams? I mean, it might happen, and that's what they're going to be playing for the rest of the year. Adams and Rodgers, they're going to try to play well because if not, they're going to get shipped off somewhere else, and who knows if they even want to do that. But yeah, it's rough being me, almost as rough as being you, Scott.
At least I could fucking move my head. All right. No offense, Tim. Love you. You know that. All right. Imagine next week, I get seriously injured, and then, you have to host, and, the shoe's on the other foot. Nas, you were off last week, right? I never, because I don't pay attention to the Patriots.
We had a bye. We got healthy. We're on our way to Arizona this week.
Hey, a healthy 3-9 team. Look out. So,
3-10.
3-10. What game did you watch? What were you tuned into?
Well, 1 o'clock I had the Red Zone on, and then 4 o'clock I was watching the Bills and the Rams.
Oh, I'm sure you were happy that Josh Allen lost.
No, because I played against him in fantasy, and he had 51 points.
Oof, sounds like an MVP point performance to me. Mike, how'd you feel about that game? Even though you lost, that was a tough game. Nas, congrats on the pick, by the way. We all said it was a good pick on there, the +4. How'd you feel, Mike?
Yeah, it was a weird game because the Bills usually get some stops on defense, and we could not stop them. I think we stopped them once the whole game. Mm-hmm. It was more of a shootout than I thought it was going to be, specifically because the Dolphins held them to. Dolphins beat the Rams. I think they held them to 13 or 14 points, if I'm not mistaken. And then they scored 45 or 46 against us. That was no adjustments made at the second half. As usually we're a really good second half team, and they were just destroying the zone. Puka Nacua was making. I don't know if you guys saw the game, but he was making incredible catches.
How did you feel about the coaching decision at the end to run the ball that fucked the whole game up?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's working, but yeah, you risk that the time goes down. I was more pissed about the play where it was 4th down, and they decided to take the yards instead of going to 4th down. It was a holding call. It would have been 4th and 9, and they would have to kick the field goal at 4th and 9. Instead, they took the penalty, and it was 3rd and 15. They got 10 yards, and then it was 4th and 5, and they decided to go for it. So instead of being a 4th and 9 and kick a field goal, they made it 4th and 5, and then they were like, "Let's go for it now." So that was the decision I was really pissed about. McDermott would be the reason we'll never win a Super Bowl. That guy does not know how to. I've said it on the show before. That guy does not know how to manage crunch time decisions, and he gets nervous. I think he should hire someone specifically for those decisions. He cannot handle those decisions at all.
Yeah, 13 seconds away, though, and you might be singing a different tune a few years ago. It's not always his fault. Someone make a play, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Say it. It's not always his fault. I'm with you, though. I think...
The coach he's defensive coordinator. He was playing prevent defense in 13 seconds. So, yes, that was his fault.
That's true. I send pressure all the time. I'd rather get burned like that than sit back. What do they say, Mike? Since I was a kid, they've been saying prevent defense prevents you from winning. Right? I've heard that since I was a kid. I still run it in Madden, though. Sir, big win. Your Niners now have, I think, a 2.2% chance to make the playoffs or something, maybe 10%. But
we got to win the division because I don't think we're taking wild cards. So we got to basically just got to win out and hope. We got a tough game on Thursday, so we'll see. But
if you win out, you're getting the wild card. I believe you'll go 10-7, and I think Washington could possibly go 1-3. It could happen.
Yeah, say just gotta keep winning game one game at a time, bro.
You're
See
right.
what
And the
happens.
Dallas Cowboys, like your Jets, continue to find a new way to lose. It's just unbelievable. And I always go back to this. Nas, last year, I think we did like a Super Bowl recap, or we did some playoff episodes, and you asked me, and Tim was on, you asked me, what do the Dallas Cowboys need to do? And my response that Tim agreed with, some teams are just fucked. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. It's just, you can't write a script. And with the Cowboys and Jets for the past 20 years, you can't write scripts on how they lose. So I don't know what the answer is. I don't even like, I'm watching the game with my wife. I'm like, don't touch it. Don't touch it. And he runs up, and my wife doesn't know football, and she thinks every rule's stupid. Because if you don't know football, you're watching it, you're like, why is that? Why can't he touch it? And I'm like, I can't explain why, but he just can't. And and it's just, they had that game won. The Brandon Aubrey could, he's in field goal range. It's unbelievable.
That's coaching. That's coaching.
It is, but at the same time, like, what could the coach tell you? Don't touch the fucking ball.
I mean, but
he can't make you do anything that the guy's gonna do anyway.
But we had a meeting Thursday. We had a meeting Friday. We walked over it Thursday and Friday. Like,
exactly.
Come on.
I mean, like this, and now that I know they had a long shot anyway to get in the playoffs, but it kind of negates me for even caring the last few games, which is what sucks. I could have tuned in and okay, maybe they could run the table, but
is Dak out for the year?
Yeah, he's out for the year, so it wouldn't have even mattered. It's just I like tuning in to have purpose, But
now you don't have to worry about your coach getting re-signed.
Well, I don't. I'm starting to be on your guys' side here because with Belichick gone, and we're gonna get right into that. I'm worried McCarthy is coming back. Because, like, if Jerry Jones doesn't see the Dion... once again, I do feel if Jerry Jones offers Dion the job, Dion will take it. It's whether or not Jerry Jones wants that. And Belichick might have been the apple of his eye. And I think McCarthy might come back. I think I'm on your train now. I said last week it was 80-20. I think it's 60-40 now. And I'm getting worried.
Forget about his 12-4 seasons 3 years in a row. I mean,
12-5 3 years in a row.
12-5. I mean,
I know.
Are you just forgetting about that, or?
I'm just nothing's changed since Jason Garrett. So it's just they're stuck in that same hamster wheel, and they make the same dumb decisions. It's like it's the same decisions, same penalties, same style, different coach. They need something. I can't explain it, Mike. Like
Maybe just hire like a Bill Parcells to be like a guy on the sidelines to get everybody in shape.
Tim gets what I'm saying. It's like you just can't figure it out. It's annoying, but
you could do everything right, Scott, and then
guy
something else will happen.
Yeah, yep. And I always bring the Romo drop snap up. Like we're going on like 18 years of real bad luck from that snap. Like that doesn't happen. These things don't. When does that happen? And
that scenario, yeah.
Oh my God! And it's just like heartbreak after heartbreak. So it's what it is. There's always next year. I guess.
I despise that saying, by the way, because next year could be always worse.
No, you're right, but at least. I know we always have this argument. At least I know I got a quarterback in the wings, so don't got to worry about drafting a quarterback now. They won't even be in position to do it. So let's move on to Bill Belichick. I can tell you what wasn't on my bingo card: Bill Belichick becoming a college coach. I think that's crazy. I don't like it, but we'll go to the youngin here. Nas, what do you think about this? The Patriot fan.
So. Like with my friends during when Bill Belichick, I don't want to say fired, but he quit or whatever you want to call it. Once he got in like the TV business, I always told him like I don't think he's gonna coach no more. Like he's smiling. This guy has Instagram now. Like his life is changing. So I thought he was like staying away. But I mean, I can't wait to see it. I really want to see how he recruits. Like I want to see like that name Bill Belichick, that holds like a high standard around. So I want to see how he gets guys in. Like I'm actually excited to see what he does.
You were a Patriot fan when you were 17, right? This isn't too long ago. If you were an all-state high school player, and Bill Belichick went to UNC, Does he even need to recruit you, or does he
No.
just say, "That's what I'm saying"? It's the name alone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so people probably feel like you, like it's Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I just want to see though. Like I want to see
Right.
because it's different from the NFL. Like it's
Right.
different. I want to just see how he maneuvers in college, like how he gets guys in. Obviously his name, but like I just want to see. I just want to see.
All right,
I'm excited for it though. I'm actually excited for it.
Mike, what do you think? I'm sure this wasn't on your bingo. Did you think at all this would happen when they?
No, college, no,
Yeah.
not at all.
I saw the story come out. What, it was like a week and a half ago about him possibly doing it, and I was like, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. When the story came out, I was shocked. I mean, he just doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would get along with young kids and trying to recruit.
He gets along with a young girlfriend.
Yeah, well, boys and their and their masculinity are a different story.
Right.
So I think it's going to end up a failure. I don't think he's going to be. I think it's it could be potentially be a 5-year contract, but they can get out in 3 years, and I think he'll be out of there in 3 years. I don't think he is a college coach. I really don't. It's just he's too hard. He's too hard-headed, and I mean, so is Nick Saban. But Nick Saban has so much experience. I mean, this guy has 0 experience in college. I think he went to Army, right, for a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's a really weird thing. I don't want to say it's not going to work out. I just have a hard time seeing him on the sideline on college football Saturday. It's so fucking weird. It has to be one of the strangest things I've seen in football past, and maybe in my life. Just someone of that stature winning that many. It kind of be like,
why would you want to go play for him? First of all,
why would you?
Why not?
Yeah, it's Bill Belichick.
Yeah. He's done nothing in college.
But
doesn't matter.
That's all right. People are dying to play for Dion, and before this, Dion didn't do anything in college.
Yeah, but Dion's a player's coach.
Okay, I mean that's fair, but like the lineage, you're playing for an X amount of Super Bowl champion. You don't think he's got something, or he's going to set up some sort of group of coaches to get you to the next level?
Well, Mike, here's an example. Let's say you're 55 years old. I'm just going my age now, and I have an 18-year-old kid right now, and Bill Belichick calls and says, "I want your son on a full ride to UNC," and then UCLA calls. As the father, you're playing for Bill Belichick, right? Like I think that's going to happen.
UNC doesn't scream to me like a football school, man.
But you're playing
not
Bill
Alabama. This is not LSU. These are not a big football program. And Tom Brady won those Super Bowls. It wasn't Bill.
It was both. I think you're missing the name carrying.
Bill Belichick.
I think you're missing the name carrying. Like Coach K didn't even need to recruit after a while. Like Kobe even said, if I went to college, I'd want to play for Coach K. It started like the name itself. It started
especially with this day and age, like my generation, that's what we grew up on. Bill Belichick. So.
Like I said, it's most of your friends 5-6 years ago when you were 18, if they were all state and Bill Belichick called them, they'd go play for Bill Belichick, right?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Why would you pass that up?
Yeah.
So you would rather play for Bill Belichick, even though UNC is not great, over Alabama, who had just won a national championship?
Yeah, it's the names Bill Belichick. If Bill Belichick calls my phone today, like if I was a 3-star, I'll be on my way to North Carolina tomorrow.
I'll see what I can do. I might have his number.
I do got years of eligibility, though.
Sir, what do you think? You think it'll work?
I mean, I just hope he can recruit better because, like, when he was a coach for the Pats, he couldn't draft worth a damn. So, hopefully,
defensively, he could have though.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but I'm saying I just hopefully he can go out there and find the right those young talents because in the pros he couldn't really draft, but I mean he can still coach the defense. No, don't get it twisted now.
Is it kind of similar to when Harbaugh went to Michigan? I mean, he recruited pretty well and ended up winning a national championship, and then went back to NFL. You think
it took him some years to get to that?
But
point,
I feel like recruiting now and back then is totally different. Kids now want money.
The NIL money is different, bro.
And Harbaugh had ties to Michigan, and he had come from college to the NFL back to college.
Matter of fact, I'm kind of leaning towards Mike now. Like, I want to know about knowing Bill Belichick's personality, like what we've seen on like TV and things. I want to know how he would approach, how he would take that if a kid walks in there and say, "Hey, I want 200,000." Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I want to know what would be that process. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
It's gonna be really
I
interesting.
mean, I could see him putting together a nice little staff though. Bringing
Yeah, I can't wait
so
for
I
that.
can see his
Yeah.
staff being
Yeah,
being
he got Freddie
pretty.
Kitchens already.
What happened?
He got Freddie Kitchens already.
Yeah, enough. So I can see him putting together a nice staff in that school. So I can see him doing some things.
It's also gonna be interesting to watch him. Like now he's coaching against college coaches as one of the greatest minds of all time. Like he might be playing chess while they're playing checkers type thing. To watch him confuse a 17, 18-year-old quarterback, it might be fucking crazy to see. Like imagine being 18 and like you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like
Yeah.
But to that same extent, though, I heard like the Patriots playbook was like it took years for you to learn. Like these kids are gonna have to like hit the books like hard to learn his stuff though.
right. Tim, last thoughts.
If they go 4 years with that program, they will definitely be NFL ready. I'll tell them that. I mean,
That's fair.
And that's the goal.
Yeah. You won't get a Mitch Trubisky. Nobody's gonna. Hey, you're right though. More draft picks are gonna be. It's not gonna be like your USC quarterback type situation. But yeah, it's a really fucking weird one. All right, the Eagles and AJ Brown and all this nonsense going on. Do you think it's real problems or it's just kind of made up through the Philly media and stuff, and they'll come through 11-2 and they have drama, which is crazy. It's like what I said 2 years ago at the courts when people were arguing Jalen Hurts was better at the time than Dak Prescott because Jalen Hurts got to a Super Bowl. Everyone needs to back off and just let him play a few more years, and he's really shown himself that he's not an elite quarterback. Neither's Dak, I'm just saying. He's not an elite quarterback. He's not an elite passer. He doesn't have to be this year, though. He's doing exactly what he has to be with Saquon Barkley. So if I was the coach, I tell AJ Brown to zip it. You're 11-2, and you got a chance here. Mike, what do you think?
I mean, dude, AJ Brown's a diva. I mean, most receivers in the league that are number ones are divas. He just wants the ball. I mean, this is nothing new for an NFL receiver. When you're a star like AJ Brown, I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, I said 11-2. I don't know. I just said, like, Saquon Barkley, he's doing his thing. So like, he's just they should just calm down and just keep winning games. But
Apparently it's deeper. That it's like on a Brendan Graham said something like it's on a personal level too, which makes it more interesting. Which means it might have more to do than just getting the balls. But look at his numbers; it's crazy because he has like 800 yards receiving on only like 40 catches, which is like 20 yards per catch. It's fucking nuts. His stats this year, Tim.
They're 11-2. It's like they're dealing with all this drama, and they're 11-2.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
imagine how it would be if they were, 500 ball. They're playing well, and they have to deal with this. I'm sure some of it's the media because they fuck everything up anyway. Misconstrued every comment known to man just so they get headlines. But if they start losing, you'll start hearing more about it, I'm sure.
Yes, Nas.
Yeah, I mean, I think he wants the ball. Give him the ball.
Well, I have to ask you this: if they get into the playoffs, let's say versus the Lions or the Packers again, whoever they play, and Jalen Hurts has a bad performance because they have to throw the ball, his time might be wearing thin. I know fans are pretty fucking pissed at him right now.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of fans on the Eagles boards and things like that. They're leaning more towards the AJ Brown side from what I'm hearing and reading. Like they're with him. Like he can't throw they're not throwing the ball well. The passing game is non-existent. So it's getting to the point if Saquon gets stuffed one playoff game, you wonder if Hurts. It makes me think of what the hell. How was he so good that one year? Like, was he that good, or did they just have one of those crazy runs? The Super Bowl year. I don't know. Any thoughts on that?
and apparently, like whenever a team runs the ball effectively, the quarterback always takes. The quarterback can't throw. Like look at last year when McCaffrey was putting up video game numbers and everybody was saying, "Oh, but Brock can't throw. Brock can't throw." Like, what's wrong running the football?
Yeah, no, he's right.
Yeah, I agree. All right, before we get to our picks, last thing. I think Mike's going to not be on my side with this. So I was watching the Chiefs game again, and because I had them to cover in one of my other pools, and they didn't, of course. Tim, I'm going to start you. Are the Chiefs lucky, or are they just bored? And what I mean by that is, like, they just want to get to the playoffs. They don't care about the regular season. And it seems like when they need to have the drive, they have the drive. but they almost need to be their backs pushed against the wall to really get in the huddle and be like, all right, let's fucking do this. What do you think?
It sure seems like they're just going through the motions every single game. I don't know if you'll see the real Chiefs team until the playoffs come.
Right.
There's no reason why they shouldn't be beating teams by over a touchdown a game. I don't know what the reasoning is or why it looks like that the way that they're playing, but it just doesn't look right.
Would you say the Chiefs team, like once the playoffs start, you could throw all these games out?
You could throw all the games out immediately when the playoffs are a different animal.
Yeah.
Proven every year.
Nas, what do you think? They're bored or lucky? Where are you leaning?
I think they're bored. I'm gonna kind of go with Tim. I feel like once the playoffs start, we'll get on this podcast and say, well, damn, where was this all year?
Yeah,
like,
they'll be underdogs in a few games, and we'll
exactly. Yeah, they might have to play Buffalo.
Ooh. Yeah, they might have to in Kansas City. That's another golden opportunity the Bills are gonna miss with that loss. Mike, what do you think?
Wait, what did you say, Scott?
I said another golden opportunity. You could have won. I think you're going to lose one more game, and the Chiefs are going to drop a couple. I think you had to win that game to get home field. You're going to have to get Arrowhead. Yeah, because if you tie, it's in Buffalo because you beat them. Mike, what do you think? Bored or lucky?
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about backs against the wall. I mean, we beat them over by a touchdown. You know, it wasn't even close. We beat them by 9 points. So they try to beat us in the regular season, but they can't. So I do think they're not as good as people think they are. Are they bored? That's a really weird. I don't know how to put my head around wrapping my head around that word. Are they bored? Are they a bored NFL football team? I mean, they get paid to play football. They're not going to like take plays off.
But it's kind of like compared to when the Warriors or the Yankees in the 90s or the Bulls, like it's like, all right, let's just get to the playoffs matter. That's it. Like, who gives a fuck if we go 14-3 or 13-4 type thing?
Yeah. No, I do think they're not as good as people think. But I do think they'll get better as the season goes on because they traded for Hopkins. They're getting used to Hopkins. They just going to get Hollywood Brown back, I think, in a few weeks. They just got that left tackle Humphreys from free agency. So they have pieces that they need to get used to. I do think they'll get better. But I think right now they are who they are. They're not bored. They're just
can't forget they've been missing Pacheco the whole season.
Exactly. Yep, they just got back Pacheco.
Yeah,
and Rashid Rice is still hurt. So,
sir,
I'm gonna have to go lucky, man. But sometimes it's better to be lucky than good because, like as Mike said, I don't think they're as good as they once were. But like they're still. I mean, as long as you got Mahomes and you got Andy Reid calling plays, like you go and do some things. But I think they're more lucky though. So it's like
yeah, and I don't want to hear this whole thing anymore about like Mahomes needs to do it without Tyreek Hill. He did it without Tyreek Hill. Mahomes needs to do it without Kelsey. Well, now he's doing it with Noah Gray. like he's like just enough. Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow are the three elite guys who you could plug in anyone, and it doesn't fucking matter.
Scott,
I know Miles wants to throw Lamar Jackson, but different type of quarterback, so I can't do that.
You know how haters are. If he wins this, he wins again, then it's gonna be like, oh well, it's only because Andy Reid was the coach.
And that goes and to Mike's point, and to be fair to the Bills, that's going to happen if the Chiefs get clipped and the Bills get to the Super Bowl without beating the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl. You're going to hear the same shit. Oh, he's lucky that Mahomes got knocked out. It's all bullshit. Just get there. I want the easiest path if I'm a fucking fan. If I'm a Bills fan, I want the Texans to come to Buffalo in the AFC Championship game. I don't want to go to Arrowhead. So
Scott, it's funny you said that sentiment. I heard the same thing during baseball when the Yankees made the World Series. Yeah. Everybody went, "Oh, they had an easy road because they didn't have to face Houston or they didn't have to face this." It don't matter who you face. As long as you get to
motherfucker.
Yeah, or Baltimore. Yeah, exactly.
Right. It's not your team's fault that the other team didn't get there.
Then you play who you play on the other side of the field. It don't matter who's.
I agree. All right, let's get to our pick segment here. I think it's going to get tight at the end. Mike's still in first place, 24-19-2. Nas right behind, 23-22. Sir, 19-25-1. I have caught up to Sir at 19-25-1 after being 10 games under 500. I'm making a run for third place here. And Tim with a humble 8-7. You wonder where he'd be the whole time. So, we're going to start from top to bottom here. Mike, start us off.
Okay, I'm going to start with the Ravens minus 16 against the Giants. I'd be surprised if the Giants even score a touchdown this game. They are abysmal. I would even take the Ravens minus 21. I mean, I think they're just going to absolutely destroy the Giants. I think Ravens are coming off a bye too. I love coming off a bye, so I want to stay away from tonight's game, but the under looks very intriguing. But I'll skip that for now. I'm going to go with the Jets minus 3 against the Jags. I don't know why I'm picking the Jets.
Tune into that game on Sunday.
Jets, Jets.
I really don't know why. I mean, if any game they're going to win, they have to beat the Jags.
They'll probably win on a safety in overtime by 2.
I'm starting Aaron Rodgers in my first week of fantasy playoffs.
Jesus, that's
This
all.
spec price?
Over CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think the Jets take care of the Jags. Mac Jones blows. I think the Jaguars really want that number 1 pick. They're probably going to try to lose on purpose.
You mean Tim's fantasy sleeper last week, Mac Jones?
Mac Daddy Jones, damn it.
And my last pick, man, I really want to take. What do you have the under at on the San Francisco game? I had it at 49.
Yeah.
49? All right, let's do it.
Oh,
San
boy.
Francisco Rams under 49.
All right, there we go. Nas, you're up.
All right, so I will go with the Ravens minus 16.5. I'll be at that game too, but I'm gonna go. Give me the Lions minus 2.5. They played on Thursday night, had a couple more days of rest, and they just look like I don't see a flaw. Anybody see a flaw?
Dan Campbell making dumb decisions that'll probably cost him in the playoffs, but that's it.
Okay, well, give me them minus 2.5. They're playing the Bills, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At Detroit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jared Goff playing.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You better
Give
be.
me. All right, my next pick is give me the Packers minus 2.5. They're coming off a loss. I think they're going to cover that. And I was torn between 2, but my third pick, sir, I'm gonna go with you. Give me San Fran. What is it? 2.5 or 3.5?
Minus 3, even.
No, I don't want that.
Minus 2.5.
2.5? Is that where you're at?
On DraftKings, let me see.
2.5. I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, on DraftKings, it's 2.5 right now.
Must have changed. All right, good. 2.5. I'll give it to you, Nas.
All right, San Fran 2.5. I'm rocking with you, sir. Let's go, man.
Sir, go on.
All right, my first pick, I'm going to go Bengals Titans over 46. I trust the Bengals to score 27 points in this game, but I also trust them to give up 20 points. So that's 47 right there. So give me the over in that game. Second game, give me over 54.5. Buffalo Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo has scored 30 plus in 7 straight games, and Detroit at home they put up points as well. So I expect a shootout in Detroit. Third one, give me the Vikings minus 6.5 against the Bears. Man, these two teams are going in opposite directions. Like Minnesota has won 6 straight. They've Sam Darnold and is looking at doing all right. And the Bears, they lost 7 straight following their bye. They were 5-2. Minute they played earlier in the season, Minnesota was up, I think 24-10, and then the Bears came back. I don't see the Bears coming back. Straight blowout city. So give me the Vikings minus 6.
All right, I'm with Mike lockstep on the first one here. Baltimore minus 16. I think, like you said, it might be 30 to 1. And they give them a point because they feel bad. I think the Ravens are going to beat the hell
Participation point?
the Giants. So, yeah, hey, if you guys want to kick an extra point, go for it. So, give me Baltimore minus 16. I like the Chargers minus 2.5 at home versus Tampa Bay, too. Especially after that loss in Kansas City. You're telling me they can't win that game by a field goal 2017? Come on, that's an easy cover to me, the Chargers. I'm going up against Sir on this one. Every time you think it's a shootout, it ain't gonna be. Give me the under Detroit, Buffalo. Watch this be a 13-10 type game, 20-16. Give me the under 54.5 on the Buffalo-Detroit game. So that's what I got here. Tim.
I will go directly against you, Scott, and join my good friend, Sir, taking the Bills and Lions over 54.5. Sir literally stole line by line what I was going to say. Bills 30 plus in the last 7, and the Lions averaging 34 points a game their last 9. I don't care how good their defenses are. there's going to be points scored in a game. I'm also going to go with Mike. Jets -3. Why? Because they should be fucking losing. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to win. Or the curse of Tim, when I bet on the Jets, they're going to lose. So either way, I'm going to get what I like. I'm going to look good on the show, or the Jets are going to have a better draft pick.
Yeah, but you're taking Mike down with you.
Trying to help you guys out. Catch him. I can't catch him. There's not enough games left. My third game. I'm taking the Dolphins. Give me Tua against the Texans. Dolphins, since Tua came back, putting up damn near 30 a game. Texans offense just isn't there. Dolphins did pretty good against the Jets run game. If they stop Joe Mixon and make the Texans one-dimensional and make them having to pass, I believe they're going to at least cover the 3. Probably win outright.
I was gonna say, what's the number, Tim? You like?
Oh, 3. I'm sorry. They were Dolphins +3.
Right.
I like that pick.
Very good. All right.
So I got to change. I'm sorry. So
Whoa! You're going for a change here.
on FanDuel, San Francisco's -2.5. On DraftKings, they're -3.
I'll give you the 2.5. I'll give.
All right, so if you're gonna give it 2.5, I want to change the under to 49 to -2.5 49ers.
Oh, come on, Mike.
Okay.
All right, I'm joking.
The hook, baby. The hook's huge.
Well, you guys are both gonna lose tonight. Oh boy! No, actually, I do like the Niners, but I want to stay away from that game. I don't know, something about Thursday night game.
Oh, come on.
All right, here we go. Fantasy sleeper.
Hold up, Scott. One thing I want to know is, bro, as a Cal, why are your underdogs to the Carolina Panthers, bro?
I mean, the Panthers have been pretty fucking good lately.
Bryce Young looks good, bro.
Yeah, Bryce Young looks better than C.J. Stroud right now after all this bullshit.
Oh, man, Bryce
he had
Young,
to
come
deal
on,
with.
man.
I'm saying,
Dog to the
Eagles.
Panthers.
If Leggett doesn't drop that touchdown, the Eagles would have lost.
unbelievable. Yeah, I should have went with Pittsburgh +5.5. I was really thinking that, but I stayed away. I'm not changing any picks here. So, all right. Fantasy sleeper, I'll start. Give me the Jets running back, Isaiah Davis for $5.
Are you kidding?
Hey, that's what it is, Mike. And if we both win, then we both get a thumbs up, thumbs down. But he's been playing good, man. He was better than Breece Hall, who, by the way, has to be one of the biggest fantasy busts this year for someone who's played every game almost. Like, holy hell. What a horrible fucking... I would trade him in the offseason, Tim. I honestly would. Like, why not? You have Braylon Allen and this Isaiah Davis kid. You don't need Breece Hall. Mike, who are you taking? You taking the same guy?
Go to someone else. I got to figure out someone else to take. I don't want to take your guy.
All right, sir. Who you going with?
All right, I don't know why this guy's 5,500, but give me famous Jameis Winston, bro. Listen, he gonna throw the football. He might throw to the other team a couple times, but he gonna throw through the air. He gonna get a couple touchdowns. He might say something stupid, but give me famous Jameis.
All right, Tim.
I just like going to dart throws. So I'm going to go 4,500, Keandre Miller. He just came back from injury last week, got 10 touches. Kamara stays getting subbed out, especially in the goddamn red zone, whether it's, it used to be Taysom Hill. I could see Keandre Miller stealing a touchdown, and I might not ever get to go up and down in this one, but I think as a dart, he'd be a good lineup start.
Fair enough. Nah, so you got.
I don't know. I don't have a price, but I'm gonna go with Elijah Moore.
I'll say that's probably 4,100.
Elijah Moore. I'm actually looking at receivers right now.
I think he's 40. I think he's 4,800 if I remember correctly.
4,800.
Sir said Jameis Winston's got to throw the ball.
He does.
He's 5,000. Elijah Moore. 5,000.
5,000.
Is that
I'm
good?
taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, that's lowest. Yeah.
Okay.
He could throw the ball to other team. You could have taken the Chiefs.
I mean, yeah. Listen, he might throw a pick, but that's only -2.
All right, Mike, who you got? Mike, who you got?
I got two things to say here, so I'm going to go with Adam Thielen against the Cowboys. Panthers receiver. He's been coming on, and I think he's his favorite target. Bryce Young's. And sorry, Tim, I'm going to have to change my Jets pick. I'm sorry. I'm all in my head. Taking the Jets out, put in Chiefs -4 instead of the Jets. I apologize. Chiefs -4, San Francisco -2.5, and Baltimore -16. Lock it in.
Listen, Casey can't cover, so don't apologize to me. You're just hurting yourself.
All right, I gotta change to
Oh,
this.
God.
What is this about?
This needs to stop.
It's instead of San Fran minus two and a
Next
half.
week, this is the last week this is happening. Once you say your picks are locked in, go, Nas. What are we doing?
Give me the Eagles minus 5.5.
Okay. I will allow it this week only because I'm feeling good. Next week, once you say it, it's a fucking lock.
All right, all
That's gonna happen. All
It's
right.
the holiday season, Scott.
Me,
How
like,
can
I
you
can't-
be such a Grinch
My
right
thing
now?
is, I timestamp these things, so the pick segment is like 20 to 25 minutes. People are gonna be the 10 people who watch are gonna be like, my head's exploding here. I don't get it.
You're right. You're right. My bad. But
All
I just can't. I just can't pick the Jets. I'm sorry.
Fine. All right. So Adam Thielen, how much was he?
5,400.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so just to recap the picks: Mike, Ravens minus 16, Chiefs minus 4, San Fran minus 2.5, Nas, Detroit minus 2.5, Green Bay minus 2.5, Philly minus 5.5, Tim, Detroit, Buffalo over 54.5, Jets minus 3, Dolphins plus 3, myself, Detroit, Buffalo under 54.5, LA or the Chargers minus 2.5, Ravens minus 16, and sir, Cincinnati, Tennessee over 46. Over Buffalo 54.5 and Minnesota minus 6.5. Well, that was exhausting. Everybody, enjoy your weekend. Get your Christmas shopping done. Get your tree up, your menorah up, your whatever other decoration.
Hold on. Let me get my thumbs up there, big guy.
Oh, I forgot. Yes, sir.
You know,
Sorry,
let me
you
get my
usually
thumbs- let me
hijack.
give you some praise here.
Yeah,
you know
my
what I'm saying?
bad, man. This fucked me up. You guys messed my whole feng shui up. Go on, or sir, since you had the Niners running back last week, you win.
All
Thumbs up,
right,
thumbs
so
down. Go on.
thumbs up. Honorable mention, Josh Allen. He put up work, as Nas said. He put up 51 points. Sorry, old boy, but you
Honorable
kind of
mention.
expect that. You
Honorable
kind of
mention.
expect things like that, even though he
Honorable
killed my
mention.
man James Cook, because I had him anytime scoring. He kept vulturing him. But my real thumbs up, Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings passing attack. You know what I'm saying? 347 yards, 5 touchdowns. Jetta for 2 touchdowns. Addison for 3. You know what I'm
Josh
saying?
Allen had 6. He had one more touchdown. Josh Allen.
Excuse me, I'm talking. It's my thumbs up. You gonna try to hijack that?
How's it feel, sir?
The math ain't mathin'. The math ain't mathin'.
Thing,
might
but
have to-
I'd say it personally because I had Darnold and Jefferson in a fantasy league, and they did work for me.
Right.
You know, so give me that thumbs down. Anybody who paid good money to go sit in the cold to watch the Saints and Giants game, bro. If you did that, thumbs down for you.
Well, wouldn't you give them a thumbs up for being dedicated fans, though?
Absolutely not. Thumbs down for being donkeys.
I have to say, Mike, every time you've had the thumbs up segment, I'm pretty sure Josh Allen has gotten the thumbs up every time.
I mean, that's what happens when you hit the MVP of the league, bro.
It's true. It looks like he's cemented, and if he wins in Detroit, I think he will cement it.
We don't win MVPs.
Yeah.
I don't care about MVPs. I don't. But
Well, the
I mean,
worst part is Lamar is going to get that 5 seats where he's going to go into Houston and have an easy cakewalk victory. And then
Doesn't matter how you get there. Long as
I
you get
agree.
there.
And people are going to say the same stuff, and then he's going to have to go to Arrowhead probably. And that's when the fun starts. I love to see. I want the Chiefs to win because I love just watching greatness. I do want to see a three-peat. I think it'd be pretty cool to witness because it's never happened before. But not something would be very intriguing about a Ravens Buffalo AFC Championship. Mike, would you go to the game?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going, yeah.
Would you go with Nas?
I'll go now. No
Oh,
problem.
that'd be good, man. I would fucking. I made fun the trip.
Hey, yo, you heard him now. This is recording, right?
Yeah.
Hell no. If anyone wants to buy Sharp Bets merch to try to fund the trip for us, it'll go directly to the Ravens AFC Championship game at Buffalo. All right, guys, enjoy. Have a good week and good luck, everyone.